Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy and I like to talk about makeup painting, nail polish, and sometimes things happening in my real life. Today I have my monthly manicures, or what I wore for the month of February. So if that is something you are interested in, then hit the subscribe button and stay tuned. All right, so in February, I have 4 manicures to talk about. Five manicures to talk about, and no pedicures. I had polish that I put on in the middle of January, and I didn't take it off until the beginning of February, and then I was pet sitting. And when you're around pets and in houses that are not as warm as mine is, I didn't feel inclined to sit around waiting for my toenails to dry barefooted, never knowing when you have to get up and let the dog out or take the dog for a walk and so forth. So, yeah, I didn't get a pedicure on until the beginning of March when I got back home, which we'll talk about next month. So, for manicures in February, let's start with the first one. The first one, I had a comparison of a couple coppers, randomly or selecting a shade from my collection. I started with Zoya. This is in the shade Beth, and I got this last year in a D-stash. It's kind of a light copper, almost a metallic mocha is how I decided it looked. It's sort of a soft brown with kind of a gold sheen in it, and I paired it with a copper in my collection, and that is from Paparazzi, and this is Pinching Pennies. I picked this up last year. It does have a little bit of ugly bottle syndrome because the silver pigment shimmer that makes it sort of coppery kind of separates, but it is a beautiful metallic copper. I put these Manic 2 together and decided I do not like the Zoya. Like I said, it became more of a mocha. This has a nice richer, orangier, copperier color to it. And this is just sort of metallic mocha, and I didn't really care for it on my skin tone. It was kind of, and just for me in general, it was kind of blah. So I'm going to be decluttering Beth from Zoya and keeping Paparazzi's Pinching Pennies. The next manicure was one from my Project Polish. I decided to do a full manicure, both hands, of this one here from OPI. This is No Autographs Please. It is a beautiful metallic red. And yeah, as you can see, the bottle is getting low, and hopefully one of these days it'll be finished. It is starting to get harder to work on, but I also discovered that there was a problem with my topper and base coat, which are getting old, which reminds me, let me go grab those. Okay, we will get back to the topper and base coat that I'll tell you about at the end, but let's move on to the next manicure. By the way, I really did enjoy this one. It is one of my favorites. So the next one was around about Valentine's Day. I decided to go with something Valentine themed, so I pulled out a polish I had not had a chance to wear yet. This is from Pink, and it is the shade Love Pink. It is pink. It is kind of a jelly formula, and it dries to a matte or semi-matte finish. Really pretty hot pink. I decided to pair it with one I just picked up last month from Urban Outfitters. This one is called Pixie Dust. It is a light sheer base that has a pink iridescent in it. You can't really see it in this lighting, but hopefully you can see it in the photos. This was a nice combination. This is quite sheer, but I did wear it on my ring finger by itself, and then I topped it over this for a couple nails, and that was a nice combination. I did enjoy this. It was an unusual formula, but I enjoyed it, and especially topped with Pixie Dust from Urban Outfitters. And then about the time I decided to swap out my base coat, I did the next manicure. This is one I got from Polish Pickup. This is Cattails. It is a trithermal sorry, the brand is Cattails. It is trithermal, and the shade is called Bloody and Bruised. I picked it up in Polish Pickup Rewind of July 2024, and I had not had a chance to wear it. I really like the color it is in the bottle. It also transitions to sort of a lighter purple, which is similar to the label, and you'll see in the photographs. And then in its warmest state, it is nearly translucent, but there's enough milkiness to it. Also, I had really short nails at the time, so it didn't bother me as much, but there's enough milkiness and a slight tint that I actually enjoyed it. I didn't think I would, having it go to almost clear, but I did enjoy it quite a bit. And I did not put top coat on this manicure, and it dried to a matte finish and held up really well. I wore this for a whole week, and I really did enjoy it. I didn't want to take it off, but I had to because I have more polishes to wear. But yeah, I'm looking forward to wearing this again in all three colors. It is really nice, and it'll go nice with some of my other thermal polishes. So yeah, that was Cattail. And then finally for the, and that one is in a panning project. So the last one is another Project Polish, and I started with Avon Mirror Shine. This is in the shade Polish Poly, and it is a purple mirror shine, sort of chrome polish. And I paired it with what I thought was the closest is this one from LA Color in their metal finish line, and this one is called Violet Vixen, Violet Vixen, yes. And it's not quite the same. This one is actually sort of a purple base with a foily shimmer in it, and I really like the finish on this because it has sort of this a twinkliness to it, whereas the Avon has sort of that smooth chrome, which is also quite nice. It's a little bit bluer as well, and this has a little more pink to it, but they are a nice combination, and I did enjoy that manicure as well. So let me talk quickly about my base coat and top coat situation. For the last few manicures, I've been noticing that my nails would get bubbles in them, and I wasn't sure what was causing it, so I decided to replace my base coat. At the time, or for most of the year, I have base coat I've been using is this one from Ella and Mila, and it is their Firm Foundation Strengthening Base Coat. And as you can see, mine is quite low, and I did actually earlier this year add some thinner to it because it was getting quite thick and hard to work with. I think this was causing the bubbling, although I do see occasionally I still have bubbles, but only on one or two nails and not my whole manicure. So I went and I bought a new base coat because that's the only one I have besides a ridge filling base coat, which is from Essie. So I went and I bought another base coat, and this one is also from Essie, and this is their Strong Start base coat, and I have been enjoying this so far. I've used it a few times, and it's starting to get a fill line in there, but it is nice, easy, thin formula to work with, and I'm really enjoying this. So if you have any recommendations on your favorite base coat, let me know, because, you know, I would like to explore. I've only tried a few. And then my top coat, as I said with the thermal, I did not put a top coat on because I thought my top coat might be causing that as well. And the top coat I have been using is from LA Colors. This is their Rapid Dry top coat. This is actually my second bottle of it. I got a second bottle in a D-stash, and I had used my first bottle to about this point where it was half empty, opened the second bottle, and then used it until I could pour the first bottle in here, and now this bottle is it's not the thickest, but last time I went to use it, I did one hand in my, I think it was this poly, no, it was my last manicure, which was the first one of this month. I did one hand with this, and I found it wasn't applying smoothly. Some of the nails ended up, it would like dry on the nail, or I wouldn't have enough on the brush to completely cover the nail smoothly. So I've decided to retire this one, and I'm bringing in two other top coats, which I definitely need recommendations for top coats because these are only ones I've received in D-stashes, and I haven't bought any, and I'd really like a nice good one. But the manicure I'm wearing right now, I use this one here from Rimmel. It is their Lasting Finish Pro, just crystal clear. I'm not sure if it's actually a top coat or just a clear polish, but I use this and it seems to be working fine. We'll see. I just did my nails yesterday, so we'll see. It went on smoothly, so no problem there. And then the other one I used on my last the second hand of my last manicure. This one is from Jenna Taylor, and it is just their top coat. An inexpensive formula that was part of a set of nudes that I decluttered early last year. So yeah, those are the top coats. And like I said, leave me any any recommendations. That's the word. Any recommendations down below. And yeah, that's it for this month. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel and you want to, please do that while you're here. You can watch my nail content. I also do makeup panning, and sometimes, like I said, things in my real life. I have reading journal, and I do my monthly what I'm into, the things that caught my attention that I really enjoyed over the last month, and stuff like that. So until my next video, take care of yourselves, stay true to you, and remember, I love you no matter who or what you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.